Ah, Pikmin, a series near and dear to my heart. Hello, I'm Nia. A few months ago, I saw a video Link7 released where he 100%ed Wind Waker's retro achievements. It was the first time I'd even heard about retro achievements, and I kinda fell in love with the idea. Mostly because my monkey brain gets happy when it sees numbers go up. I've been wanting to get back into making content, and I thought a fun way I could do it is by trying to 100% some of my favorite older games. Originally, I was going to start with Pokemon Blue, but through a hell of my own making, I lost both the save file I had spent 10 hours on, and also the edit I spent 8 hours on. So, Pikmin 1. A really fun but short game that holds a special place in my heart, despite its rough edges. There are 44 achievements in total, one for each ship part, one for each color of Pikmin, one for each ending, 2 challenges, 1 secret boss, and 5 challenge mode stages, but we can talk about those at the end. The first day is just a tutorial, but we get our first 2 achievements. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much for finding the red Pikmin, and fate has smiled upon me for collecting the engine. Landing in the Forest of Hope, we're getting into the main meat of the game. Not only do we have to get a total of 8 parts, but we also have to get all of them without any blue Pikmin. That sounds simple enough, but, well... Because I think 12 days is pretty reasonable. Especially for somebody who knows the game like I do.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device.
Day 2 goes well enough. I grow some more red Pikmin, find and grow yellow Pikmin, and I bring back 2 parts. The Eternal Fuel Dynamo for I won't have to worry about electricity, and the Whimsical Radar for with this I'll be able to see all nearby ship parts. 2 out of 8. Day 3 doesn't go as well. This is the Sagittarius. The normal way to get it is to build this bridge with any Pikmin, and then bring blue Pikmin to this ledge here, and throw them up to build a second bridge. I can't use blue Pikmin. Instead, I have to make use of the fear and panic in red and yellow Pikmin's souls when drowning to make them swim their way to the ledge and then throw them up to build the bridge. I reset 3 times because I fail repeatedly to do this. Even on the final try, I still end up killing 23 Pikmin. That's fine. Just do that. I have to accept that. Eventually, though, the day ends with me getting the Sagittarius, for my son gave me this as a present, the Extraordinary Bolt for exactly what makes it so extraordinary as a secret, and the Nova Blaster for it has a strange allure. As day 4 starts, I'll talk about the other challenge achievement, Hokatate's Speed Demon. For it, you need to get all 30 parts in 12 days or less. That sounds easy enough on the surface, but consider this. There are 5 maps in the game. The first one, the impact site, requires 2 days to fully get everything. Since even though it only has 2 parts, you can only get the engine on day 1, and the second part requires blue Pikmin. The last map only has 1 part, so if you're quick and you know what you're doing, you can fully finish it in 1 day. That leaves 9 days for the remaining 3 maps. You have 3 days per map to get everything. Speedrunners can do each map in 1 day for a total of 6 days. I am not a speedrunner. There are 2 other parts that normally need blue Pikmin to get. One is here past this rock wall, 2 Bulborbs, and another box. Normally you would bring blue Pikmin into this pool and just throw them out to the other side. Without them, you have 2 options. Throw the Pikmin on top of the box and get into the pool and whistle them back and quickly try to maneuver them to grab onto the box without falling into the water. Or just throw yellows past the box onto the other side and whistle them. One is definitely safer. What's 8 more deaths? See, it's fine. I didn't kill all of them. After doing all that, all you need to do is find the right Snaggered and... let's redo that. Anyway, the other part that requires blues is the radiation canopy. Normally you would have the blues break this wall and then you can grab any Pikmin you threw onto this ledge. Here though, I need to be careful and throw yellow Pikmin to the top of the wall. Luckily, even at the wall's lowest point, the top is still out of the water, so they can still finish the wall. They just die when it's done. That's good enough. After that, breaking down the wall and distracting the armored cannon beetle is nothing, and we end the day finishing off the Forest of Hope with the shock absorber for its smooth sailing with this in place, usually. The Geiger counter for I don't actually know what it's for. The radiation canopy for I'll sleep like a baby once I get this back to the ship. And finally, allergic to blue is mine. Day 5 is the first day in the Forest Naval, and I get a good bit done. Find and grow the blue Pikmin, grab the automatic gear for this thing chugs right along in its own pace, the space float for always be prepared, and the gravity jumper for swim gracefully through the sea of stars, like a dolphin. Instead of going back to the Naval, I head back to the impact site in Day 6 and finish up getting the positron generator for those instant space noodles will taste better when heated up, and grow some extra Pikmin. Back in the Naval again with newfound enthusiasm on Day 7, I grab the first Ionium jet for this puts out a slightly odoriferous exhaust, the Omega stabilizer for straighten up and fly right, the anti-dioxin filter for eco-friendly exhaust, and after beating Beady Longlegs, finishing up with the guard satellite for space pirate protection. On Day 8, I finish up the Naval, getting the analog computer, totally not the interstellar radio by the way, for HAL 9000 and Libra for a daughter's gift. I finally realized at this point that I'm not getting Hocotate Speed Demon, so I wasn't very productive. I don't really have a good memory of the distant spring, so I'm kind of just going off of muscle memory and dreams. I only end up getting 2 parts out of 10. The repair type bulb for robot in disguise, and the massage machine for lower lumbar support. Day 10, on the other hand, is an absolute disaster. Not in collecting parts. I grabbed 3, but I end up losing another 21 blue Pikmin, being a fucking genius. Regardless, I grabbed the gluon drive for a very expensive noisemaker, the actual interstellar radio for SOS signal emitter, and the UV lamp for tanning rays. Since I'm not trying to get Hocotate Speed Demon anymore, on Day 11 I head on over to the impact site to grow as many Pikmin as I can, as well as meet a good friend. And here's the Goolix. It's a boss only found here on odd numbered days, and killing it gives us having a good time. Kill me. Day 12, we're back in the spring, and after killing way more wildlife than I need to, I get the bowsprit for aerodynamically designed. Finally, on Day 13, I get the last 4. The zirconium rotor for I'm 40% zirconium, the Chronos reactor for space-time continuum rubber band, the pilot seat for a throne fit for an emperor, and the second Ionium jet for easy on the eyes and the budget. Now that we're in the last stretch of the game, I take a small break and repeatedly go to the impact site and end the day early so that I run out the clock. Once all 30 days are up and my brain has been thoroughly mushed into a paste, I get the neutral ending for I have no choice but to try and blast off. The final trial, the last map in the game. I'm gonna be honest, I've never beaten the Emperor on the first day I land, and considering the track record of this run, it's probably gonna take me 3, maybe 4 days. Wait, it's done? I did it in 1 day? Well, fuck. The secret save gives me my most prized possession, and getting the good ending gives me now I can return to Hocotate. I give it a few more tries on 2 more streams to get the Hocotate Speed Demon, but I wasn't able to get a good run. So instead I decided to do some runs on my own time. After a few resets on Day 2, I ended up getting a solid run. Day 1 was day 1. Day 2, I got the Eternal Fuel Dynamo, Nova Blaster, Whimsical Radar, and Extraordinary Bolt. Day 3, I went to the Naval and got Space Float, Automatic Gear, and Gravity Jumper. 4, I went back and got the Positron Generator from the Impact Site and increased my numbers. 5, it was back to the Forest of Hope to get the Shock Absorber, Sagittarius, Geiger Counter, and finally the Radiation Canopy. 6 was the Naval again for the first Ionium Jet, Analog Computer, Libra, and Anti-Dioxin Filter. 7 was Omega Stabilizer and Guard Satellite. 8 was the Distant Spring with a Repair-type Bolt, Interstellar Radio, and Massage Machine. 9 was the second Ionium Jet, my first attempt at a Bulborb clip in my life. Got it first try, and I'm pretty proud of it, not gonna lie. It was also the Pilot Seat, Chronos Reactor, and Bowsprit. On 10, I finished the spring with UV Lamp, Gluon Drive, and Zirconium Rotor, finishing off getting the Secret Safe on day 11. Finally getting Hocotate's Speed Demon. Funnily enough, at the time of writing this, the run would actually put me at 84th world record for speedrunning. Not impressive by any means, but considering I've never speedran before in my life, I consider it a fucking win. After 30 minutes of ending the day early, I also grabbed Pikmar for getting the bad end. This is the part where I would say I grinded X hours to get each challenge mode level, but unfortunately something went wrong. I practiced and eventually finished the Impact Site challenge with a score of 203, more than the required 200 to get the achievement, but I just didn't get it. I don't think it was my setup because it was the same day I did the winning run and I didn't turn my game off. I also can't claim retro achievements because they haven't changed anything since my run and other people have gotten it since then. So I don't know what the problem is. I just didn't get it. I honestly debated scrapping the video and trying something else because kind of the whole point of it was to 100% Pikmin. But I already put so much work into this that I honestly would just be kind of a waste. So I'm just gonna have to make up for it in future games. Thank you for watching. If you got something from this video, be it enjoyment, inspiration, feel free to subscribe. This video has taken me way too long to put together because of changing ideas on how I wanted the video to go multiple times, actually rewriting the script twice, and like I said in the beginning, this wasn't even supposed to be the first video, but things happen, plans change. There are more videos coming. As of right now, I've been streaming on my Twitch channel Pokemon Silver. So if you want to watch any of my attempts, check me out there. I'm also still working on a schedule, but I think it should already be done by the time this video is out. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.